Looks like all my systems are just working pretty well now. Like the streaming stuff. I mean, I don't have any other things hiccuping here anymore, which is nice. Except maybe I might mute myself accidentally, but right now at least that's not a problem. Okay. I think now the most important thing to do is going to be to work on the items. That's like the biggest thing, because once I have an item system, even if I don't get anything else on this list, once I have items, then I have a new slot in the system where to plug in content, and then I have slots for different types of areas, different types of enemy encounters, and different types of items to pick up. And so if that's all I have to work with, and I have another 5 or 6 hours, I can at least plug in enough content to fill this out and show how it. I think at that point it could at least succeed at convincing an audience of roguelike enthusiasts that this setup does have some of the key ideas of a roguelike in it, and has the legs to create a kind of a roguelike type game. I think if I focus on any of this other stuff, it maybe leads to showing how to polish some of the subsystems in a more sensible way, that it might fail to actually show the the capacity that the system would have to feel like a roguelike. Whereas if it's a sort of sloppy design and feel, like if it doesn't feel balanced, doesn't feel like the most thoughtful design ever, I think it would fit right in with other 7-day roguelike stuff, where a lot of games tend to feel like, oh yeah, you can see that they have an idea here, but half the game design decisions would need more tuning. And so that's if that's the best that I can, if it's a choice between feeling completely like a roguelike, but all of the things are rough, or a few of the things are fully like roguelike, or a few of the things are fully polished, but you can't quite tell that it could feel like a roguelike with more features or more content, then I think that I prefer the first option. So I'm going to go deep on this, is what I'm thinking. So, item system. Let's start with that. Question number one I have for myself is, what kind of restrictions or patterns do I plan on using here to make an item system? And what I mean is, one thing I could do is just say that there's like, here's this, and then there's underneath that there's a list called items, and your items just like are like an unbounded list of items. You can pick up more and more and more and more. No inventory. The cool thing about that is it's easy to implement. Some downsides to that include, one, that I don't have any bound on the layout space here. Let me explain for a minute what's difficult about having an inventory max. If I have a maximum inventory size, then I need to implement inventory management features, like the ability to discard things freely in order to make room to pick other things up. And that might actually be way better for making a good game, right? Having like your items be like a hand of cards, and you have a card like a hand size, is more interesting than you can just go around and pick up an infinitely large hand when this hand is supposed to provide for you a lot of opportunity for strategic thinking and decision making. Man, there's kind of some crazy weather going on outside. I just started hearing it, but I can also see like there's tons of debris falling, which I think is just falling from the branches of trees, but it's like it looks like it's raining sticks and leaves, which is kind of weird. The sky's not even that dark. It's like kind of clear out, so it's just wind, I guess. Or maybe the storm is blowing in right now. Interesting. Anyway,